y'all, welcome to True to Shelf. My name is Alexis and I am a booktube newbie, clearly. Okay, so I have been watching booktube for many years, and I've been a YouTuber for about, I want to say 3 years, a little over 3 years probably, but not a booktuber, if that makes sense. I do have a separate channel that is like fashion, sneaker based, but I really wanted to start my booktube channel now. Why I will get into in this booktube newbie tag, my first video. So let's not waste any more time and get on into it. So why did you start this channel? I've always loved to read, like since I was a kid, but in my adult years, I kind of found myself in these like year-long slumps, years without reading, at least not for leisure. But I would say during the pandemic, I kind of got back into it, like on and off. Now I'm fully back into swing of reading every day. But specifically why the channel? Because my love for reading is not shared by anyone in my immediate family or my man or anything. The only person that was really an avid reader that read my style of books and stuff like that would be my grandmother, but she recently just passed away in March. So I want to build a community of people that love to read, and then I'm combining that with my passion of content creation, and those two things give you booktube, right? So that is why I started the channel. Fun or unique things that you will bring to booktube. I would hope some relatability. Hopefully I'm not the only one or not in the minority when I say that I love to read, y'all, but I am not the type of person that's reading 80-90 books in a month. Like I cannot do that. I kind of feel like it's excessive. Like I'm not reading from sun up to sundown. I'm not doing that. I have a life, a full-time job, things I like to do that don't include reading. I'm not that type of reader. Hopefully I can find ones that are like that as well. And also, I'm not the type that feels like I have to read every popular book on the market, every popular series, every Colleen Hoover book. I will go to the dollar store and buy 12 books from underrepresented authors, unknown authors, just the ones that don't have big names. Y'all don't sleep on those type of books. Like you will find 5-star reads from underrepresented authors, you know. I do love Barnes & Noble though, don't get me wrong. When I got a little extra money in my pocket, I'm going to Barnes & Noble and splurging, but I'm definitely one of the ones that appreciates underrepresented stories, authors, books, etc. What I am most excited for your channel. Hopefully this channel inspires me to read more. Definitely I've gotten back out of my reading slump, thank God, but hopefully I do read even more than I have been. I'm looking forward to the books I will read, to adding books to my TBR. Really, y'all, I am looking forward to most is another book that's just gonna knock me out my chair. Like I have not had a book like that in a long time. I had one that got close. I'm looking at some books over here, but it didn't punch me, you feel me? Like I'm looking for a book like that. I'm on the hunt for that. I'm looking forward to building this channel community, finding other people that love to read, your book recommendations, etc. Why do you love reading? I just love a good story. I love when I can read a book and relate to the characters in the book. That is what I also love about reading, and of course the escape factor, like sitting reading and literally forgetting about your own life for a couple hours. That is another thing I love about reading. What is a book series that got you into reading? So when I was like 8 years old, I don't know who bought it, my grandmother or my mom got me a Cornelia Funk book. It was called Inkheart, and that book was the longest book I had ever read by that time, and I absolutely loved it. I was obsessed with that. Read it probably 4 times, and it also introduced me to the fantasy genre, which I don't too much read fantasy now, but back then I was super obsessed. That book was a series. It was followed by Ink Spell and Ink Death. Never got to read those two books. I could just never find them. And that was back when Kindle wasn't a thing or ordering books online was not a thing. Yes, I said it. I've never read a series of books, but that is definitely the series that got me into reading, or the book per se. Questions you have for your favorite booktubers. I guess what I would ask first is, how do you have so much time to read? I look at booktubers vlogs and I would literally see people reading from sun up to sundown. Like, I cannot do that. I don't know if booktube is their job. If that's the case, fine, but I just cannot do that. I primarily read when I'm at work. The type of job I have allows me to do that, but when I get home, I'm not reading. Like, I want to relax, wind down, eat, call my man, watch some Netflix, whatever. But if I've been reading all day at work, I'm not gonna then come home and then read my whole time coming home. Also, I would ask, what opportunities has booktube opened up for you? Like, I can see a lot of opportunities for gaming YouTubers. Like, they get invited to special days with the game developers. Fashion YouTubers can eventually walk in Fashion Week or launch a clothing line or something. So my question would be, what does booktube lead to? What are your favorite underrated or not well known authors? I see most booktubers I watch honestly just rotate and read the same books over and over from the same authors. Do you read books from underrepresented authors? Challenges that you foresee with booktube. Obviously, building a channel from the ground up is always hard. That's YouTube period, not just booktube. So I'm going to prepare myself for that. And also not looking at numbers. I know for a while I'm going to be talking to myself or talking to 6 people. That takes a minute to get used to, but thankfully I've learned that with my other YouTube channel. Question number 8, when did you start reading? Kind of just explained that in a previous question. I started reading when I was 8 years old. Question number 9, where do you read? Like I said, I work at a school, so I primarily read at work. Sometimes when I read in my free time on the weekends or whatever, when I'm not at work, I read right here in my bed. Number 10, what kind of books do you read? My favorite books to read are mystery and thrillers. That is my favorite book genre by far. I like romances if they're not like overly dramatic and like corny or cringy. Fantasy I will read, but I haven't read a fantasy book in a long time. But again, that is something I will explore more on this channel. So that was it. Hope y'all enjoyed and got to know me, my reading style just a little bit. You can look forward to my next couple of videos. I'm going to review a book. I've got my book X coming and some vlogs coming as well. So go ahead and subscribe if you like. And I will see y'all in my next video.